I will be brief. I turned 20 years old on a little DIY tour after getting my ukulele smashed by some guy in a venue, and then getting my first ever tattoo on my foot to celebrate leaving my teenage years. At 20 I was extremely spaced out from derealization I'd picked up a few years before, but I still didn't know what it was. Depression was also very new and I spent a lot of that year confused. But I had a very full social life and for the first time ever started to earn enough money to sustain myself. I give being 20 a 5 out of 10. At 21, I fell in love for the first time with a mostly gay guy who sort of hated me. Had its pros and cons. The love life drama was very exciting, and out of it I found a forever best friend who's the only one who could make me believe in fate and the universe, because I thank God I found her. I was, however, extremely depressed, riddled with acne and derealization, and I had my first mental breakdown, but I loved all the tiny tours I was on and YouTube was thriving. I give being 21 a 5.5 out of 10. Maybe a 6. Being 22 was again a balance of good and bad. My family life ruptured and my childhood home sold, marking a before and after in my life of a house I would dream about for the rest of it every night since. But again, there were lots of tours and travelling and music. I wrote and released a book for some fucking reason, which to be honest, I don't hate. I still quite like the mental health chapters. And the Heartbreak stuff stands up. I give being 22 a 6 out of 10. Oh, such a mixture. So much laughter, so many new feelings, excitement and longing and confusion, finding out I had a lot to learn with regards to communication. Not as depressed that year though. Still derealized, of course. More tours, more music, more travelling. 23 to me feels sunny. 23 gets an 8 out of 10. Started with a big fuck up and a good long look at myself. I would definitely say a turning point in some way. Huge highs and lows. Maybe the most I've ever had, but you guessed it, touring and releasing through it and travelling, music videos and photo shoots. Also my teeth were straightened and I got acne medication, so big glow up. I give being 24 a 7 out of 10. It started as a 4, but it went to a 9 at some points. Ring ring, hello, is that COVID? In the absolute throes of heartache with once again a boy who sort of hated me. Why did we do that? Not gay this time. I wrote loads of songs and spent a lot of time in the sun with my darling Hazel.
I cannot figure out what I've spelled wrong.
What does this say? This says Fizbury.
Sat on a fucking album, started an estrangement, shared a virus with the whole of the world and survived it. Knitted a bunch of letters and had my first Christmas with my friends only. I give being 25 a 7 out of 10. Again, not bad. I released my first album! Woohoo! In the same year, I started a band with some friends. Is that right? Fizz began, the heartache continued, a new friendship circle blossomed deliciously, and honestly this year might get a 9 just because look who came into my life, this stunner. For all the bad lines in my life, thank God for this one. Yeah. 26 gets a 9 out of 10. Oh. The Burnt City opened in London and I went to see my favourite show 35 times in total. Oh, I just saw things you wouldn't believe. That rocky ass relationship was over. And I go, oh God, it hurt. But not to fear because I met my best. The first year of Fizz began and music became the biggest part of my life so far. Yippee. 27 goes back to a 7 out of 10. Not bad. 7.5? Yeah. Maybe like a 5, 6. Definitely dog shit, absolutely dreadful. Was the most bonkers I've ever been in my whole life. I completely lost my mind and I thought that was it. I broke it. I could not begin to tell you how depressed I was. It was sickening. My derealization is chronic, by the way. That has and will never leave me. And yet somehow I still managed to find a whole new level of crazy. If I gave 2024 a score, it would be 2. 1 point would be solely for the month of October. The last 2 months of being 29 have been alright. Everyone say, thank you, antidepressants.
Thank you, antidepressants.
No, but for real, being 29 was the longest year of my life, and thank God it's about to be over. Goodbye, my 20s. Depression and derealization and anxiety are probably something I will have to deal with my whole life. And you were there to experience it all anew. Well done for getting through, whilst grieving childhood, and maintaining a job. Here's to my 30s, to my next album. Will I learn how to drive a car? Will Punch Drunk have a new show? Stay tuned.